What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to AFOLs Only. I'm your host, Austin, here with...
Jeremy.
And welcome back. We've had a bit of a break due to weather and also personal things, but we are back, hopefully on a regular scheduling. How have you been, Jeremy?
Been pretty good, like you said, there's been some storms coming down here. That's what we get for living in Florida, where we at. But it's all good. Everything's good on my end now, and I think everything's good on your end as well.
Yes, it is. A lot has happened in the last couple weeks of Lego and Star Wars. I know our last show, we kind of didn't do the news because nothing happened, but literally the day we uploaded, like, a lot of news came out, such as Lego had announced a partnership with Formula One. So there's going to be it's sort of out a speculation on what they're going to do. But as far as we know, there's going to be about almost 10 or more Formula One sets coming out that are going to be based on the individual cars that race. If you are a big Formula One fan, I don't watch it all the time, but when I do, I do enjoy it. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Again, Lego is stepping up in the market of throwing IPs out there, and good for them getting another big one with Formula One. Is very popular, especially overseas. That's probably why on our end, I guess a lot of the fan base over here is kind of like, what is that about? But give them props where it's due. I mean, I think it's got to be awesome to have companies probably reaching out to you. Or other businesses reaching out to you and wanting to collab regardless, because it's money for both parties.
Yeah, I saw a video, and they, like, at every race so far, they've had a fully sized built Lego F1 car as well as their advertisement. So they've been planning this for quite a bit, and I'm glad. Hopefully they're in the Speed Champion scale, if not in the Speed Champion line. So I'm excited to see what Lego's going to pull out for that.
For sure.
Another thing it was announced was the Jabbas Sail Barge.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I think it's quite impressive. It's different because with Lego, especially with UCS sets, it's usually just a big gray ship. This is a big brown ship. However, the only thing is that price point. It's $550. Like,
Yeah,
I think,
it's a lot. But for me, is it a lot and is it worth it? Is what I guess it boils down to the individual who's going to be buying the set. I look at it and the minifig selection is pretty cool. I do like the return of a big fig mold Jabba, whatever we're getting for him, and the prisoner Leia that's going to be coming out. Probably that's what it's going to be named. I haven't seen it in person yet. I know it's at the Lego store in Orlando, and so it's able to be seen. But I saw some pictures of it, and it looks good. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just not going to be getting it at the moment.
I honestly think, like, if it was like 350, maybe 400, I would more consider it. It's supposed to be like how Lego's done it lately, and it's like it's supposed to be a minifig scale ship compared to this stuff. And I think it's all right, but I've seen like the videos and I've seen videos and size comparisons, and from what I've seen, it's not that big. I mean, we're talking like there's no real interior to it. Whereas, like, if you look at the Razor Crest, you can see where this is the doors he comes in. This is how he gets up to the cockpit. This is where he does maintenance on this. Where this one looks more like a more zealous playset.
I was gonna say, yeah, an overgrown playset, but not as good as a playset could have been.
And the fact that, like, in order to complete the set, you have to spend another $80, maybe
Yeah.
even more, because there is in the movie, there's like more than one skiff. So you have to spend $80 to get the sand skiff. Then you have to spend $550 to get the Jabbas sail barge. And it, like, I'm not gonna lie,
the Starlight Pit. Don't forget about
and the Starlight Pit. The ship itself looks cool. I want to see it in person. But honestly, if it doesn't come down another like $100, it's not going to be something I'm going to consider.
Yeah, it's hard for me to consider a lot of and I'm gonna get the hate I always get for this, but for original trilogy stuff, it's a little bit harder for me to always justify the bigger price points on those sets. Again, I mean, a dime a dozen. We're gonna keep getting X-wings, Tie fighters, and I'm glad that we're getting some Return of the Jedi stuff with that sail barge, but with the price point, it makes it very difficult to like want to go out and be a go-getter for all the sets that come out for it.
The one thing is like Lego recently hasn't really been making exclusive figures. So I doubt this is going to be the only set that we're going to get Jabba in the next couple years. It's a new mold. Like, I understand it's a whole new mold. It feels like every time they bring Jabba the Hutt back, he's got a different mold, which is like it's due because they haven't really had the proper one. But this one looks really good. I don't expect it to be exclusive to this set. Maybe one or two figures are going to be exclusive to the set. I think Max Rebo and Salacious Crumb, but I believe Jabba is going to be in a different set eventually.
Yeah, I
And
think yeah, like to your point is yeah, I think a lot of the figures will not stay exclusive. Maybe some sort of printing variant will be exclusive to the set, but I think Jabba will come back out. I think Max Reba might come out if they do any sets for Skeleton Crew because I know there's a whatever race he is in there, so the mold might come back. Like for those specialized molds for those characters, but I don't think those characters themselves might not make it out. But I think Jabba is definitely going to come out in a different set, maybe a smaller Jabba's Palace or something.
I mean, like if you have a good Tatooine thing going on, I recommend it. Like, get it, but I wouldn't. That price point is just. It's one thing to like if it was like it doesn't look like something you'd spend $500 on. Like in size comparison, it's like you can buy a UCS Razor Crest for I think like it's always on sale, so you can buy it for like $430 like on Amazon. And I this thing it like the Razor Crest will dwarf it. Like I said, this is an overgrown playset that they tried to make a display piece. But I do want to see it. I want to see it in person, and I think that's when I'll give I can have a true like opinion on it.
Yeah, let's put a pin in it and come back to your opinion. We'll take a trip to Orlando, go look at the one on display.
Yep. But also in recent days we've had a bunch of rumors come out, and some of these are confirmed. I believe the January 1st ones are all but they're confirmed. And starting out with like Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor for $45, set number 75401. And this is supposed to be her maroon and white Jedi Eta 2 Interceptor, which I'm kind of excited for. I do like getting Jedi Starfighters, even though I genuinely just don't really care for Starfighters. It's a nice new variant. Where it's Clone Wars, so we'll probably get a new Clone Wars style Ahsoka. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, considering it's $45, the Jedi Bob Starfighter, I mean, basically the same thing without, it's probably not going to have the big old turbo engines on it. But being 40, that set is $40. So $45, what makes it 45? Are we getting an extra minifig? Because the Jedi Bob comes with the Jedi Bob, the Mon Cala Trooper, and a droid. So we're definitely going to get a droid. We're going to get Ahsoka. Are we getting a clone pilot? Are we getting a battle droids or something to go against? Maybe buzz droids probably.
If they threw in a couple buzz droids, I would say it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean,
like one or two, like two buzz droids. Throw in two buzz droids, it'll be perfect.
Yeah, make it $45. That makes it justifiable for me. I would love to see an updated Clone Wars Ahsoka without the anime face, please. So we can get that. But it'll be nice to see that in a set, and so it'll be really cool. I mean, we haven't got one in a long time, and it's Ahsoka base set for her. Yeah, there's nothing like Siege of Mandalore kind of stuff. She didn't have anything there, so I'm excited about that one.
Plus, it's really the first Ahsoka starfighter we've ever really gotten. Like, we got Ahsoka's ship. You get Ahsoka's ship, but I don't think we've gotten a real Ahsoka starfighter before. No, take that back. We got her Delta 7. There was one for her there. So take that one back.
Yeah, there was her Delta 7. I want to say there's something else, but I can't think of the top of my head. But I think that's it.
I know she was in the Republic Y Wing.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. But yeah, she was that was her old set. So that's what I'm saying. She's probably gonna get that. She can get a droid. Give me a clone trooper for like maintenance or something, or shoot, wild guess here, a wild throw in the dark here. Give me a clone engineer or something like that. Give me the clone face on a Republic like officer body or a Republic engineer body. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be. And like I said, this stuff is coming out apparently January 1st. The big one that I'm super excited for, I can't wait for the images to be released, is 75402, which is the ARC 170 Starfighter. We haven't had one of these in a long time. $80 actually seems fairly reasonable.
Yeah, it does.
That, like, considering like what the Sith TIE Fighter that was like 400 pieces was only $80. Like this should have closer to 600 pieces and hopefully some decent figs. I believe Captain Jag is one of them. I know Captain Jag is one of the figures. But
Yeah,
it's like, how long has it been since we had a real ARC 170? It's been over 10 years.
It's been a long time. I just recently sold my last ARC 170 that had Plo Koon and the two pilots and the green droid. So I recently got rid of that set just because I wasn't feeling it. It was yellowing. It's an older set. The pieces were starting to break on, so I just got rid of it. Just and it was too big and for my collection. I'm trying to downsize a lot of my bigger sets, especially if new things are coming out. Right, I kind of like the new wave of more consolidated starfighters and ships and stuff like that. It feels better for the collection. They seem more cost effective, and they just fit better with the scale that Star Wars is going on. I kind of it's a love hate thing, but if you can shrink them and they still look nice, I like it. Especially keeping the price point down or down as much as they can. But having an ARC 170 is my favorite starfighter. It does everything you'd want out of starfighter. It's crazy. It's huge. It does everything. I love the way it looks in the freaking movies. It's just amazing Starfighter, and I can't wait. And I better get like all like three really good figures with this, like and a droid. Like, give me a custom astromech, give me a different color one or something.
From what I read is there's gonna be one standard clone pilot. There's gonna be Captain Jag. Then there's gonna be another clone named Clone, and then you'll get a droid. And I believe that's the whole thing. I mean, it seems sort of like a ripoff, like you're only getting like a couple figures for $80. But I'm more curious how the wing function is going to work, because it seems like they've done the same thing for every ARC 170. It's like a screw on the back. So I'm curious if they're going to keep with that process, or they're going to do sort of like what Poe's X-wing did, and you kind of have like a little trigger that you can pull back for it.
They might just use the what they did for the last Luke's X-wing, something like that, a push down and pull back in or something like that. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. The mechanism is gonna be good, but since it's gonna be in a smaller scale, I'm assuming for that price point, it's gonna be that smaller scale. I can't wait to actually get that one and like mount it on the wall or hang it from the ceiling or something like that. That one definitely is gonna be like a nice little prize, and I'm gonna have to get multiple ones of those. Get a little like a little 4-man ARC Starfighter squadron going on.
That's probably gonna be a day one purchase for me. Is that one? Another set coming out is 75403. It's buildable Grogu and Pram for $100. Wasn't the last Grogu like $100?
Yeah, but that one always was on sale too. Like that one would go.
That one was
on
on shelves for years.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's still on shelves. I think I can literally go and buy this thing like still brand new. But I don't know. It's like I feel like it's like I'm probably one of those people. You know, you could probably say I'm a naysayer, but I'm kind of getting over the whole Grogu buzz.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't find him like super adorable, like super cute. I think he's funny. I think it's a good thing for Star Wars and all that. But I'm just not like, oh my God, Grogu, please, please, please. Like I don't care about him like that. I want Clone Wars and I want stuff like that. I don't care about Grogu like in that aspect. I mean, cool, it's gonna sell like the other one, but it's kind of like this is kind of weird to. It depends what it's gonna be. Is it like a full size Grogu inside the pram, or is it like half his body in there and the pram and it's all together? Because if you're making another full size Grogu or decent sized Grogu and the pram, it's kind of like you just slapped to the face for everybody who bought the big Grogu, like because he's still kind of on shelves.
It's I don't know. Like I'm gonna really have to see this one when it's released. Like, what does it look like? Because I didn't buy the other one because number one, I don't really care about the big figures like that, and I thought it was creepy because they released it along with buildable Yoda, and I just thought it was really creepy.
The Yoda one and proved that he was on ketamine.
Yo, that it's his eyes, dude. I'm pretty sure he just stares at you. They just follow you, and
Like, I don't know if you can do that, but right when I mention it, go ahead and put a picture of him in the chat right now or on the in the video so everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Oh no, don't worry, it'll be there. That it's those eyes, they follow you, man. Those are like, hey man, let me hold $1 eyes, like hanging out inside of the gas station.
God, it's so bad.
Another set coming out apparently January. This is one I'm also really excited for. Is another mini scale ship. It's 75404, the mini acclimator for $50. I am super excited for that. It's like the second time Legos acknowledged the existence of the acclimator, and
Yeah.
like growing up watching the prequels and all that. That was like a vibe. Like watching those ships like ascend or being like landing. That ending shot of like Attack of the Clones when you have the Imperial March and they're getting up, dude. I love that scene so much. I think that is one of the coolest things in Star Wars, and to have that ship.
I love the acclimator. Yeah.
And me and you grew up with the original Clone Wars, like the mini series, and so it's like in the first volume of that, they were super like everywhere. They were landing in the water. Anakin's flying around Munilist with one, and it's like that was like that was a ship, all right? That was a cool ship. And I really can't wait to see it.
It's a good and like lore wise, it's the support ship to the big Venators. You don't ever, and like the Clone Wars animated series, the long running one, really did a poor job of showing that. Like they always just showed Venators and straight ship to ship fights, which is what they did, and as well as having they were aircraft carriers basically. The Acclimators were great support ships because they can go down the atmosphere a little bit faster and get out faster if they needed to. And plus, they were the first ships that they had before the Venators. But I think the Acclimator will be a fine addition to the MIDI scale line. I wish we had a Venator go along with this. Oh wait, we do. It's the giant Venator. But I wish we had a smaller Venator to go along in the MIDI scale with the Acclimator. Because I'm a fan of the Star Destroyers. Technically, like that's what the Venator is. And we already have the big the Vader one. Dang, his name is escaping me right now. But that big Vader one, we have that one. We might as well get the Venator, get an Acclimator to have like
you're talking about the Executor.
Yeah, Executor. I couldn't think of it. Yeah, I have the Executor, and I love that ship. It's so cool. But I would love to get the Acclimator as well. I think it's a good ship, and I play Republic or Empire at War with the Republic at War mod on it, and just spamming Acclimators in the beginning because all you had is like it's a workhorse in the
it's such an underappreciated ship. It's in the movie for 20 seconds. And I think it's one of my favorite. Honestly, it's probably my favorite cruiser.
It's the utility ship. It does everything. It's kind of like our aircraft carriers, and then all of our other ships around it. It's literally the Acclimator. Does everything.
Yeah. Another mini scale coming out 75405 is Home One, which is Admiral Akbar's ship, the Mon Calamari ship, and I'm excited for that because it'll pair up with the Executor very well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super excited to see how that comes out because that's a hard ship to make. They've only had like the only Home One set they've ever done is they did a little hangar with an A-wing. Really, so I'm very curious to see what they're going to come up with this.
I think this one is going to be very unique looking. I'm excited for it because I want to see how round can they really make it. You know, like how round, because the Mon Cala ships are very rounded. I mean, look at the Nebulon B and stuff like that. They're very all especially the Rebel Alliance had those rounded capital ships and frigates. So I'm excited to see how this one can really go, especially if it's $10 more. It means it's got to be bigger, right? $10 worth more pieces. Probably maybe some bigger round pieces in there. I want to know how they get it to look at like the home one. It'll be pretty cool.
I think it's gonna be. I want it to be like. I'm hoping some of these ships are like size accurate. So, because from what I've watched a video, and apparently the current invisible hand, little mini display is, if you compare it to the 2020 Star, or the 2024 Star Destroyer, the one that just released, it's apparently accurate size.
Like, yeah, it's relative to the size, yeah.
Yeah, so
To
I'm
the
like,
scale.
I hope that the home one will be fairly almost the appropriate size. Probably not, because I think home one is just as big as a Star Destroyer. I'm not
Yeah,
sure. I don't
it
remember.
is.
All right, then hopefully an acclimator is at least the proper size.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see about that one.
Yeah. We have another mini ship, but no word about it. It's a mini starship, 75406. It might come out by the time this is uploaded. It might not. So, we're gonna be looking out for that one. The final January 1st thing is supposed to be a 4+ Mando N1, which I'm like, all right, I'm kind of getting tired of these 4+ sets, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, hence the 4+ stamp on it. I wouldn't expect much from it. I don't like the price points on those 4+ ones. I mean, they are ridiculous no matter what. They should be a lot cheaper. They should be our freaking micro bills that we get for with figures in them. That's what a 4+ set should be. But
they put a big piece in there, and then they charge you $20 more than it should.
Like look at it. All right, $30 for a 4+ set is gonna be very basic. It's gonna be very basic, right? $30. That $30 buys you the clone battle pack out right now with the super battle droids and the one Coruscant guard or the shock trooper. So it's like $30 for a maybe Mando and Grogu and a crappy N1 starfighter, which we already have one, a bigger set that probably costs the same amount, to be honest, or buy a battle pack. There you go.
I mean, I understand they're trying to market towards, like, a younger audience with this stuff, but it's still like they're hurting the parents, because this I bet you this Mando N1 doesn't even have more than 200 pieces.
I doubt it even has close to that.
And so for $30, and like not even 200 pieces. I think what's it called? Their Young Jedi one, which had their little like flagship looking thing. It was like 40 something dollars, and it had like 132 pieces, and it was because that it had these really big pieces. I honestly, if you made these like $15, they'd be worth it, and I think that would be better on the parent that's buying it for the 4+. It's not like us, that are spending our money like looking at the things that are like $50+ and be like, oh, all right, this works. This is like a parent that's like, oh, my kid needs to get into Lego, and they like Star Wars, will get him this, and it seems like it's a little bit of a price gouger.
Yeah, at that point, you might as well get him a playset with more figures, because this is only going to come with like one and a micro figure.
Yeah, you might as well, like, I mean, if that's the prices, then get them the regular one for $60, or it's like on sale now for $45, and just put something so they can't eat the Legos.
Yeah. Yeah, it's messed up.
I mean, hey, that just seems like a ripoff to me. Yeah. It seems that's a price gouge right there.
Yeah, 4+ is 4+. It's always going to be that bad. So what do you think? What do you? We got some rumors about summer releases, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Some of these are supposed to be coming out by May. Like May or August. Some of these are supposed to come out. Andor season 2 is coming out. We're gonna get to the big one. I know people are waiting for the big one, but we're gonna keep going down the list. Andor season 2's coming out, and apparently there's gonna be a new U-wing. $80 set number 75399. And I'm really excited for that. I have the original U-wing. I love it. I think it's a great set. It's probably one of the few perfect Star Wars ships that have come since like 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So I really hope that this one's supposed to be slightly more downsized. As long as you can put figures in the bottom. I mean, even the original one only had enough room in the cockpit for one pilot. So as long as you can put figures in the bottom because it's supposed to be a dropship, then I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I kind of missed out on the original one. I really want it, but I refuse to pay the price people are asking for that set, especially with no figures. It's ridiculous. But finding out that this might be a set really helps spark that rebellion in me, because I do love the U-wing. It's so cool. The idea of it, how it just swoops down. It's just like a dropship. It's the rebels gunship basically coming in, dropping off, picking up, leaving, doing some quick assault. I love it. It's a cool design. I love the part in Rogue One where they just on the side of it with the freaking like LMG just blasting. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's a great shot. I mean, like, in all honesty, that ship is probably one of the top, is in the top 5 best things that Disney's done with Star Wars since they've acquired it. I will just say that U-wing is probably the coolest fucking ship I've seen in Star Wars in a long time.
I'm excited for it. If this is true, I want it 100%. It's probably gonna be day one purchase.
I if it's a May 1st or May 4th, then yeah, it's gonna be day one for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, another thing coming out, and they're doing this with Marvel too, and that is the buildable logo. And I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's a buildable Star Wars logo, $80.
$80. It better have like an exclusive Luke or Vader with it, man.
As from what I've heard, it's not going to have a single figure.
So lame.
I'm a little skeptical about this. I need to see this. Like, is it the full like Lego Star Wars? Here's the thing: if it is the original logo where it has like the figures with the lightsabers, then yes, okay, I can understand it. But if it just like Lego and it says Star Wars,
I think that's what we're getting, man. Like a mosaic piece. It's gonna be something like that.
that I can't buy it then, because that seems dumb.
If it was smaller in scale, if it was like $30, I'd buy it. Like it'd be a cool little thing to hang on the wall by my Star Wars sets. But $80 is hard to justify for a buildable logo that I'm like, I know what Star Wars is. I know what Lego Star Wars is. This isn't anything unique to me.
It's got to be like, for me to buy it, it's got to be a fairly decent design. Like, it don't make it the standard like Star Wars, like Star on top, Wars on bottom. You got to put something there, like, you know.
I think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be Star Wars, Star on top, Wars on the bottom, and it's going to have the black with yellow trim all around it to highlight.
That's
the
what I'm worried it's going to be. And
$80. That's what it's going to be. We can take a bet right now.
So look for that on Amazon sale if that's how it comes out.
Yeah, honestly.
A big surprise is in the rumors is the helmet line is apparently supposed to be coming back.
Weird.
75408 Jango Fett's helmet is supposed to be coming. It's $80, which is actually, I think it's just as much as Darth Vader's, which Darth Vader's was the most expensive one. So I'm curious, is because Jango Fett had a very metallic head, are the pieces going to be rather metallic, or are they just charging you $80 to charge you $80?
Yeah, I can't see why, besides if the pieces are metallic silver, to go with the Jango Fett theme, because there's no way that it should cost as much as the Vader, unless they're already pre-calculating inflation, going to be up another like $20 in by the summer of next year.
That is I just can't. I like the helmets. I have almost every one. I have all the cool ones, at least.
Yeah,
and
they are cool.
I have Boba Fett, so I gotta see, like, is it gonna be the same design? Because Boba Fett was only about $60, $70. And for them to jump another $10 onto it seems a little bit... I again, if it doesn't, like, have a fully metallic head, that's definitely gonna be waiting to go until it's on sale.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And now for the big one is the May 4th set is rumored to be, and I think it's all but confirmed, 75409, the UCS Jango Fett starship. It's the Slave 1, ladies and gentlemen. The Slave 1, Jango Fett Slave 1, the original, this is what it looks like before Boba Fett gets it. I am super hyped. Its price is only $240, which is crazy to me. So I'm curious how this is gonna look.
Yeah, I'm curious as well. For $240, this UCS set is going to be wicked. Makes you wonder what the gift of purchase is going to be with it. Something crazy, I hope. But in my honest opinion, if this is true, this is amazing. Showing that we can get Clone Wars sets, we can get UCS sets on Clone Wars, and bring some actual, or from Attack of the Clones, and bring more stuff from the prequel trilogies. Also, take with a grain of salt, and I don't agree with everybody everywhere online talking about this. Again, these are rumors. They can say it's confirmed or whatever it is. We've heard it confirmed plenty of times, and something never happens, right? So maybe it's true. I think it's leaning towards it is true, but honestly, I would not be surprised if it's not true. I hope it is. I think it'll be a great set for everybody.
You're
But
breaking my heart.
I know. I want it as much as the next guy, but for some reason, I have so much doubt that it won't happen. Until Lego says it, I don't think I'm ever gonna believe 100%.
That's the unfortunate thing is I want this ship. $240 is where it gets me because it's like it's supposed to be minifigure scale. If they only release like a version that looks like the 20th anniversary size, I'm gonna be very disappointed. That'd be
a ripoff,
dude. I will be so. It's got to be somewhere as big as the first UCS Slave 1. There's no question about it. It's supposed to be minifigure accurate. It's supposed to have some pretty decent figures. Like of course it should have like an all around printed Jango Fett, which I'm super excited for. Young Boba, which we've only gotten like a couple Jangos and we've only gotten one like young Boba, and that was back when Boba was still like using yellow faces and all that. So this will be a nice little switch up. I want there to be like a clone that's in the orange jumpsuit. Yeah. I want that like standard Kaminoan attire at least.
I think the only thing that they could really add to this set that'd be crazy is add some Kaminoans into it. Maybe 2 or 1 to help it round out. But for $240, I think they're going to focus a lot more on the build if that's what it comes down to, because I just don't see it getting a lot of figures with that, because they're going to try to focus unless they downsize it and it's not as big as we think it's going to be.
It's like this is one that I'm gonna try to take with a grain of salt, but I'm probably gonna get too excited for and get let down.
I hope it comes out. I mean, because my biggest thing is they do that. If they do make the Jango Fett Slave 1 that size, okay, give me like a 20th anniversary Slave 1 size, or give me the $50 size one. I like that one too. It'll go good with the other one that I have, all the other ones that I have. So, but it opens up to getting another Jango down the line again. So it's just a reprint of Boba, honestly.
I think that the hype with this one is like, I think they're probably going to test the waters with it and see like how much do people want to buy the UCS one. And I have a feeling this one, like if it's all that it lives up to be, it'll be a perfect set. I regard the UCS Slave 1 as one of the most perfect Lego sets ever. So if it can hold a candle to that, it'll be probably the best prequel set you can buy. And it sort of, and you know what? Now that I think about it, it's of course I'm pretty sure it's going to come out because they just had Obi-Wan's fighter, which is still on shelves right now. It'll be retiring by the end of the year. That's out. So, and then if they have Jango Fett's helmet, they have a few things leading towards this episode 2, and I just need it to be the proper size.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't even put the stand in it. Like if it takes that, don't put the stand in it. We will make a stand ourselves. Just make it proper.
I agree.
Moving on from that, we have another buildable droid, 75416. It's everybody's favorite
war criminal.
It is a war criminal. Buildable chopper, which I'm gonna probably get this one. That's for sure. I'm on
if
the
you have
fence. I'm on the
if you have
fence
R
still
two,
getting
get
the.
this one.
I'm on the fence getting the new R2. I just want Malik, but I can't see myself spending $40 just on the figure. But Chopper definitely is gonna be part of my droids and all that.
Yeah, Chopper seems like a good idea. Finally getting away from R2 again, to actually build something different. I know there was BD. We have a couple R2s, or BB. My bad, BD. Oh, we do have BD. My bad. Yeah, BD's out there too. I have BD.
We have BD. We have BB.
R2, and now we're getting a bigger chopper. I like it. $100 for a good chopper. It's gonna be good. I mean, you can't. I give Lego credit. Their buildable droids have all looked good. I don't care. Anybody says BD, BB, R2s, and the new R2, and now I bet you the chopper's all gonna look phenomenal. They look obviously not to scale, but to what they do, it's really good. At $100 price point, not bad. It's the standard across the board with the droids.
I'm excited. Hopefully it has his arms and all that. He usually kind of has his arms come out the side.
Yeah, so. I bet you they're gonna include extra pieces for crazy mode and for non-crazy mode.
He's got to have some sort of quirkiness with him because
he's kind of jacked up.
He's a stubby mishmash war criminal thing, which I'm glad everybody just loves him because he's a war criminal. Like that's the funniest bit about him. But I can't wait for it. I can't wait to get that plaque, and hopefully we'll get a pretty decently printed figure with it too.
Yeah, I think they'll do a good job with it. That one, I don't think they can. They could, but I don't think they won't.
No, yeah,
they won't mess it up.
And the last possible that we have is 75400, and this one actually goes with the ARC 170 because it's Plo Koon's starfighter, and it's supposed to be his Delta 7 from Revenge of the Sith that you see for about 2 seconds, and Order 66 happens, and he gets destroyed. And the ARC 170 is supposed to have Captain Jag, who is the captain who shoots down Plo Koon. So I'm guaranteeing that if the ARC 170 has the proper figures, we're gonna have Plo Koon's starfighter, and that's $40 for a Delta 7.
Again, Delta 7 for $40. It better have more than just Plo Koon and a droid, because you look at again, Jedi Bob's is $40, and there's three figures with it technically, with the droid and the two figures. But then Obi-Wan's wasn't that much, right? Obi-Wan's Delta 7 was
$30.
$30, and you had a Kaminoan, which we haven't seen again. You had R4 who got a body too, and Obi-Wan.
But
all good.
There's also the rubberish mold that's going to be Plo Koon's head.
We haven't got a Plo Koon in a while, so
no, it's been almost, I think it's been about 10 years.
So,
but apparently the mold hasn't changed. It's going to be the exact same mold that we got in the Clone Wars.
It was perfect. I mean, it didn't look bad.
And I don't have a problem with it. It's just there's an app called Star Wars Castaways or whatever, and so far every figure that they've accidentally leaked has been accurate. So they leaked Commander Fox like a year and a half before he was released, and he even with all his inaccuracies. So Plo Koon is also on that list, and he hasn't changed at all. Like he's got the same head. So I'm excited for it. I do like Delta 7s. Quite a lot, so I can't wait to see that, and to pair it with the ARC 170. That's just you gotta
give us Commander Wolf, and we'll call it even.
If Commander Wolf's in Plo Koon's thing, just kind of thrown in there, 100%, it's gonna be a perfect set. $40, I will buy it. Right, you won't get any.
I'll buy a lot of them because
I'll buy 2 of them. I'll buy 2 of them at least. I've bought 3 of the Obi-Wan fighters because I just like the Kaminoans. I like them. I like Kaminoans. I think they're cool.
We need more of them for sure. But all in all, when it comes to all the rumors, even the January 1st ones, until I see concrete pictures released by Lego, I cannot believe anything. There's so many people online throwing stuff around or misconstruing something. Because God knows we get a UCF Boba Fett Slave 1 and that's the UCS set. Because I'm telling you, it could be a curveball, but I hope it's not. I hope all these are accurate. And then some of the sources are accurate, but most of them sometimes. I remember when that Qui-Gon set was supposed to come out, and he was going to be a ghost Qui-Gon, or if, like with like a shell to put him in, and that never materialized like 2 years ago. I remember that nothing of Qui-Gon came out completely until recently. So it's like
a lot of this stuff, like Sail Barge, is actually like a year and a half late as well.
yeah, I assume they've been pushed back on some of the things that they've had them not ready, but built and like waiting to release them. I'm sure things have gotten delayed or they're redoing some stuff to put it back on the assembly line. But yeah, I until I see like I want the Arc 170 100%. That is probably my biggest what I want. And until I see actual Lego pictures, I don't want to believe it.
We should be getting pictures with. It should be either by the end of this month or the beginning of November.
You'd think they do it for the holiday season, like they know January's coming up, tax season, Christmas. They should have these out, getting ready to be released. And
well, that's what I always find funny is like Lego always releases this stuff January 1st. It's like you do realize how many of these you would actually sell for the holidays, like the brand new sets and all that.
If you released it Black Friday or you released it December 1st, you know how many Christmas presents would be met because of that instead of having to wait for January.
I always feel like that you might as well like if if like instead of like buying sets for somebody, you should just buy them a gift card and be like, this is for when that new set comes out. And it's like, all right, cool. I love getting gift cards, so I have to go and buy my own gifts.
I like that better than getting a shitty gift, to be honest.
To be fair, yeah, but it's like still, I think it's the thought that counts, and I think that they could actually, if they had like I guess what's it called? The October release is almost sort of their Black Friday thing, I guess.
Yeah, because a lot of those will go on sale by Black Friday.
Yeah. Which is probably when I'm going to try to score the Dark Falcon.
I say the winter sale or their January 1st releases usually are pretty like we can get concrete by now what they're going to be, or we're start getting images pretty soon. The summer ones is what I'm really worried about. The Andor ones more believable. The rest of them, again, until Lego says something, I see pictures from Lego. I need somebody to go back into the HQ and start taking pictures in that room that they're not allowed in anymore, like they did with the that Nebulon B when it was first coming out.
Apparently, there's a secret photo of a Kashyyyk playset. Like it's like what Endor, like the Endor, I guess UCS set that they had. There's like a Kashyyyk version.
It was probably like a test, and they never fully committed to it.
So it's
because they hate the prequels. So why would they do it?
Which I don't understand. Like it's like the prequels have a lot more cool scenes than the original trilogy.
Instead of kissing your sister,
original trilogy has a great story. But if you want to talk about like stuff you want to grow up with, as soon as you saw pod racing, it was over.
Bro, you're talking about cool scenes, bro. Like cool story, bro. We must have just missed all of episode 3, I guess.
No, episode 3 is the pinnacle of the entire prequels. No matter what. Listen, Hayden Christensen can hate all the fucking sand he wants. Him being Anakin and that dark side, like that's so nostalgic and so awesome. It still sends shivers down my spines every time I watch it.
I know. I want to watch it again just to relive like when I saw that movie in theaters was insane. And
apparently next year, because it's like the 20th anniversary, it's going to be in theaters, and I think me and you should go see it.
We should. I will dress up as Anakin. You could be Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Are you gonna? So we got to cut off your legs.
Yeah.
And your arms.
You know how it is. Nah, but I think all in all, the news is good. Star Wars news is always good news because we love Lego Star Wars. Any other recent good updates on your end?
Not that I've actually seen lately. I think that's about it. I think we're tapped dry until next week. I'm pretty sure something's going to come out next week.
Yeah, we'll hear some news about that. I mean, only good thing that's really been happening besides these dang the storms that have been coming by and more that are coming is I did finish building the D&D set, finished the collectible minifig set, and I got the Daily Bugle. So
you did. Yep, you got those are all you need now is to get the Ninjago. Which one? Ninjago City do you need to get?
All of them besides Gardens.
So you
I'm
need to get
missing
those.
all of them. Yeah.
You need to get those and the Venator, and then you never have to collect Lego again.
Yeah, until they release something else that I want.
Yeah, the Arc 170.
Oh, stop! I want that set to be-
Walmart. Here's what they need to do: just do a 3-pack of the Arc 170, like for Walmart.
The Arc
Just put
170s.
3 Arc 170s.
Yeah, at a discounted price, basically
Just
paying for 2.
Or at least put like 2 Arc 170s and Plo Koon's Starfighter.
No, we can reenact the scene.
Yeah, it's just, that would be a great scene. That would be awesome.
No, it's all good though, man. I love Lego news, man, and I know I sound like a negative Nancy and a downer for hating on like some of the rumors or the fact that I don't think some of them are real. At the end of the day, I want them to be real. I don't think anything that has been talked about today is that bad. I think it's actually good additions to the Star Wars lines. But I just want it to be true. That's all I want.
I'm holding out for that UCS set. I need it to be the Jango Fett starship.
Yeah, we can't say the other word anymore. We have to say starship.
Yeah, you can't say slave Leia.
Yeah, you mean prisoner Leia, captive Leia.
Listen, slavery is a big thing in Star Wars.
Oh,
We gotta remember this. Slavery is a huge. Anakin was a slave.
No, he was just used.
No, he was just not allowed to leave. Like that. No, we have to remember that there was actual slavery in the galaxy, and there were people trying to stop it. That's kind of the point.
It's messed up.
No,
but
that's
it
my
on
2
our
cents
end.
about that. Yep, that's it. So thank you guys for listening. If you like the show, don't forget to leave a like, comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what set you're hoping to come out. And if you like our show, be sure to subscribe because we're gonna try to go back to our weekly schedule on this thing.
Yeah.
So take it easy.
Lemon squeezy.
Bye bye.